Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very sorry. I had some technical difficulties. Your last meeting ID and passcode worked, but before that, I could not get on for the life of me. I apologize. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. How you guys doing? It's been a rough week. A lot of things have happened this week, and I'm sure you've all paid attention to it at home, and I'm sure your parents have even talked to you about it. But as a legislator, I am particularly interested because I work for government, and government is what's being challenged here today and every day, and what happened on Wednesday. So it's of particular importance. But I am a Nassau County legislator. I've been a Nassau County legislator since 2016. I am one of 19 elected legislators in Nassau County. I represent what's called Legislative District 16, which covers a number of different areas: Plainview, Old Bethpage, half of Syosset, half of Woodbury, a little sliver of Hicksville, Roslyn Heights, and what else? Part of Old Brookville and Jericho. So I have a wide-ranging area, and since 2016, I've been representing all of the people in that district. And as a legislator, I have a lot of responsibilities. I have the responsibilities to be responsive to all of the residents in my district should they have any issues or problems, either if it's problems with roads or aspects of their house, or traffic, or their taxes, or things regarding benefits that they're supposed to get, tax exemptions. There are a lot of things that people need and want and on their everyday lives that involve the Nassau County, and that's my job. But my job is also, as a legislator, one of the 19, is to provide oversight in the Nassau County government. So in Nassau County government, we have two branches. We have the executive branch, which is the county executive. Laura Curran is our county executive. She's been in office since 2018, and she has her administration, just like a president or a governor has. And then the legislators, we provide oversight in terms of looking over things that they are doing, the administration, whether they want to pass certain laws, whether they want to appoint people to certain positions, contracts that have to be approved. Every contract that the county enters into with third parties for construction or for any services that are rendered, the county legislature has to approve it. So we have to examine it, and we have to listen to the pros and cons of everything. And we meet twice a month. Twice a month we meet. We have a formal session where we allow the public to come and to ask questions and to submit and to make comments about things that we're doing. And then we also hear from the people that are presenting on behalf of the issues that we are being asked to vote on. I also, one of my jobs is to pass legislation, to pass laws, because that's what this branch, the legislative branch, does. We pass laws. So in my tenure, I've had the pleasure and the privilege of passing a number of laws that affect everyday lives. I've passed a law that raised the age of smoking cigarettes, which is a terrible, terrible habit and terrible thing. And we raised the age to 21. And so tobacco 21 was one of the first laws that I passed. We've also passed other laws regarding sexual harassment, things like that we do to protect the people in this country, in this county. So I don't know if any of you have any particular questions. If you'd like to open this up to just a regular conversation, then you can ask me any question you want. I'd be happy to do that. Or you just want me to keep talking. So, okay. Yes, I see Liberty. You have a question, Liberty?
Like, was this, like, the job that you're doing right now, was this, like, what you thought you would be when you're young?
That's a very, very good question, Liberty. So, I am a lawyer by profession. So I went to school to study to be a lawyer. And I went to law school, and I've opened up a law practice, what I've been doing for many, many years. And I always was interested in government. And in college, I was a history major as well as a political science major. So I studied law and I studied government, and I was always interested in government. But for many years, I was busy with my law practice, and I did not really devote the attention to becoming an elected officer, an elected official. And then in 2016, an opportunity arose, and I decided to run for office. And so it's something that works very well with my law practice, because my law practice has given me an expertise and a competency regarding how to understand laws, how to negotiate and understand contracts, and how to deal with people of all different types and sizes and ethnicities and races and religions. Because my law office is in a very, very diversified area of Queens called Jackson Heights. And so I've learned how to deal with so many different kinds and types of people that it has helped me immensely in being a representative of a diverse population here in Nassau County. Did that answer your question, Liberty?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have a question for me? Got to be somebody, thought-provoking questions out there. We live in a crazy world these days, so a lot of things happen that are thrown at us like an avalanche, and we have to. We're living through this pandemic now, which is a very, very challenging time over the past 10, 11 months. And this hasn't occurred in this country for more than 100 years. So it's a very, very challenging time for all of us. I'm sure you guys have all learned how to deal with remote learning.
Nobody came over to ask about it. What's going
You've all learned how to deal with, not having the luxury and the freedom of going out and doing what you used to do and going to stores and going to places to play. So things have changed, but we're learning how to adapt, and hopefully we can get this behind us in a few more months and get back to some sort of normalcy.
Good? You need ID? Here.
No. I have a question.
Yes, Ariana? Yes, Ariana, right? Is that
No.
you have the
No, it's
question?
Isha. It's Isha.
Oh, Keisha. Where are
Isha.
you? Oh, Isha. Yes, Isha. Isha G1.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Isha.
So I was just wondering, how do you feel about your job? And do you think it's hard or pretty easy?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that. How do I feel about what?
Your job, you're being a legislator.
Oh, I like it a lot. I mean, it's challenging because, you have to be able to help people. And sometimes, of course, I want to help everybody that calls me and contacts my office. But sometimes I'm not able to help them as quickly as they would like. But I really enjoy trying to help people. I really enjoy making the effort to accomplish something, and the satisfaction I get when I am able to help someone, and the appreciation and thanks I get is very gratifying. And the aspect of my job in terms of dealing with government issues is something that I really enjoy. I feel like I am helping and I'm doing a service to the community by making sure that our taxes, our expenses here in Nassau County, and the government is operating in the most efficient way for the taxpayers. So I enjoy that.
Okay, that's nice to know. Thank you.
Anyone else? Come on, let's go. Come on, somebody think of some good questions there. I see some smart faces there.
I think Camilla has a question.
Camilla?
Yeah.
Yes, Camilla, go ahead.
What is the most challenging situation you have encountered as a legislator?
It's a great question, Camilla. The most challenging issue that I'm being faced with as a legislator is helping people regarding real estate taxes. So in 2018, Nassau County undertook a major effort, and that they reassessed every single house in Nassau County. And by reassessing, that means they put a brand new value on the house based on current market value. And that had not been done in about 10 years. So people's houses where you live, those houses have gone up a lot. And because they've gone up a lot, it means taxes are going to go up a lot. Well, no one wants to pay more taxes. That's just the way it is. No one wants to pay more than what they have been paying. It's very expensive here in Long Island. But what that new reassessment did was it was going to force people's taxes to go up a lot. So the Nassau County executive had to make a law. And that law was that any increase in real estate taxes would be phased in over a 5-year period. So make it so it was less stressful, less onerous in the beginning. So that was something that happened, and we had to try to make sure that people understood that. That's a day-to-day task that I have in trying to explain how that process works and trying to get people to understand why their taxes are the way they are and why they've gone up, and in some cases why they've gone down. That's been the most challenging part because it's very complicated, and sometimes even though I try my best to explain it, I'm not able to explain it as well as some people prefer, and I need to educate myself a lot, and I have a lot of meetings with the people in Nassau County who make the tax laws and make the assessment and send out the bills, and I have meetings with them to try to understand how they did their jobs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Yes, Marcus, is that you raising your hand? Or you're just waving, Marcus?
I think we have Jaden.
Okay, Jing Dang?
No, we have Jaden that has a question.
Jaden?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Jaden, go ahead.
How did you become a legislator?
How did I become a legislator?
Yep, I'm curious about that.
I had to announce or decide that I wanted to run. And I had to put my name in, and then I had to go out and campaign. You know what campaign means? I had to go knock on doors and call people up on the phone and ring their doorbells and go to meetings where a lot of people came to, like the schools, and I talked to people and told them what my position was on certain issues. And I had to keep doing that for about, I would say 6 or 7 months. And then November came along, election day, and I had to run for election, and I won. And I won in 2016, and then I won again in 2017, and then I won again in 2019.
Oh, that was when I was 4, 5, and 7.
Well, now you're big, right?
Yep.
How many of you know what election day is?
Oh, it's kind of like electing a new president or something.
That's right. We had
Like
an
you
election.
vote, and then you see which person has the most votes, and then you elect them as a president.
That's exactly right. So an election day, everyone gets to vote, and that's the most important function that we have in this country. We have free elections. Everyone has a right to vote and vote whoever they want, and that's what separates us from some other countries where voting is not so easy. So we have the right to vote here. That's our democratic right. And we go to the voting booths and we fill out our ballot and we submit our vote, and then they count them all up, and whoever has the most votes wins.
Oh.
Yasmin, you have a question?
So, when you were running for legislator, how many people were competing against you, and how did they pick, like, one legislator?
It was just usually one. So I'm what's called a Democrat, and then there's the other side. The other party is called a Republican, and so there's usually one Democrat and one Republican. So I ran as a Democrat, and then I had an opponent who was a Republican, who I defeated.
Oh.
Did you defeat him? Like, did they do something like they did an election, or did they say like how many votes?
Yeah, they count up all the votes. So I had like they do it by percentage. So they add up all the votes of one side versus the other, and they do the math, and they say, okay, I got like 63% and the other person got like 36%. So that's how they do it like that. So
Oh.
they add up all the votes, and so if there are let's say 30,000 people in my district, and I got 60% of the votes, that means I got 18,000, and my opponent got 12,000.
Oh.
Who else? I saw a lot of hands before. Who else had hands up? Anyone else?
I don't think so.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Iris, go ahead. You're Iris, right?
Yeah, I'm Iris. How did you get your votes? Did you like have campaigns? Did you already have connections?
No, I had no connections. I had campaigns. So you have to go out and do the hard work. You have to go out and meet people. Every person you see. I would stand outside of the supermarket at a ShopRite. I would just sit there all day and talk to people as they came by and shook their hand before they was posted. I would shake their hands and talk to them and introduce myself and tell them what kind of things my opinion was about certain issues we have here. And I would do that as often as I could. And then I would have meetings. I would have a meeting at the library or at some schools. And I would have an opportunity to speak to parents and to speak to as many people as I could to let them get to know me. That's called a campaign. And then I'm sure you guys have seen when you see a lot of signs, vote for this person and vote for that person. So I had signs printed up where they were placed on lawns of people's houses or at buildings and stuff. And it said, vote for Arnie Drucker.
Oh. Arnold Job?
Drucker, Drucker. That's my last name. Arnie is my first name.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. So, is it hard being a legislator?
It is hard, but it's enjoyable because anything, that's important in this world is hard, but it's very, very enjoyable if you work at it. And I feel that it's hard because I have a lot of important things to do, but I enjoy it. And that's
Are you sitting in your office?
I'm sitting in my office right now.
Oh.
And if you want to see the flags are behind me, right? You see those
Whoa,
flags?
it's the American flag and the, I don't know what that
The
is.
orange flag is the Nassau County flag.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Nassau County has their own flag. Yes. Liberty?
Like in your job, what do you think you most enjoy to do?
I enjoy speaking to people. When people call me up and say, hi, legislator, I'm having this particular problem. Do you think you could help me? And I enjoy doing that. I also enjoy the other work of acting and by looking at some of the decisions and the projects that we take on as a county and making sure that they are sensible, smart projects and we're spending the right amount of money for it.
Okay. Well, I learned a lot about the government and the legislative thing.
Yep. Jaden, do you have a question?
No.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, I guess no one has any questions then.
Well, I hope I was able to answer a lot of your questions and give you an idea of what it's like to be a legislator.
Yes, thank you.
I would be happy to answer more questions at any time. If you want me to participate again, just give my office a call and I'll be happy to do this again. And maybe, next time there'll be different questions that you'll have.
Okay.
Okay?
Yay, I hope you
so
can
much.
do it again.
Really great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a very good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a great one too. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
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 Bye.